Good day, everyone. My name is Shen Fang. Welcome to condotrend.com. And today with me, we have Kash Pashudan, who's the president and founder for EMBLEM Development. He's actually a very special guest today, a very special developer as well. We actually did sell EMBLEM's previous project, One Jarvis condo, and that condo got sold out within 24 hours, 400 some units. It was just unheard of amongst all the projects coming from last year. So Kash, I'm gonna turn it back to you. How come? Last year, One Jarvis, what happened?
You know, for us at EMBLEM, we believe that buyers are more informed today than ever, and they can tell the difference between attention to detail, a commitment to a high standard finish, quality materials, and then also exceptional design. In a world where a lot of buildings feel the same, we try very hard in every project that we do to create distinction, have our buildings stand out because of the materials, because of the design. So we're fortunate that it's very rewarding to see that the market does recognize that difference. And as you mentioned, One Jarvis sold out in less than 48 hours. We attribute it, like I said, to our focus on design, our layouts, our floor plans, and the fact that our standard finish is a high standard.
Even until today, we still got clients asking for that project, and of course, there's no units for sale anymore. And now we're coming out with this brand new project in Mississauga. Can you talk about this, which is the Arte condo?
Absolutely. So everything that we've done in art form and then One Jarvis that made those buildings very successful, we've brought all of those ingredients that are truly EMBLEM product to Arte residences, and that really includes a variety of things. When we do a building, we start with focusing on exceptional design. Exceptional design is not the finishes that you use, it's how you lay out a space, it's how you make homeowners feel in that space. So we spend a lot of time thinking about how we're going to evoke that it feeling in the suites, in the amenity spaces, in the lobbies. Once we have the design part figured out, and that takes a long time. You know, in Arte residences, we had 78 renditions with the architect back and forth to maximize every inch of square foot, whether you buy our smallest unit or largest unit. In fact, when you see our floor plans, and you've seen the key plates, they're going to see that this truly is the best floor plans in all of Mississauga. And the reason is we placed a lot of emphasis on that. And it's great that we've seen that the market recognizes that. Build Awards, which are like the Oscars in our world and the developer world, just came out with their nominations, and their most important design award is Best Floor Plans. And there's 3 nominations. EMBLEM took 2 of the 3 nominations. And so all of those ingredients that made those last two buildings very successful, they're here at Arte Residences. And in fact, I'm proud to say these are our best floor plans to date.
Yeah, I totally agree. We've seen the previous 2 buildings. The floor plans are truly amazing. It's very hard to pick out a unit that actually has wasted space. So we've actually took a sneak peek of key plate of this building. It just looks the same, looks amazing. Talk about the location a little bit.
Of course. You know, for us, we talk a lot about being creative with the building, but when we look at sites to do our developments, that part of it is not creative at all. It's the other side of our brain, and it's purely numbers, it's quantitative, and it's about a return on investment. And as you know, Shan, my background, I've spent the last 22 years in the investment management business, so we have a lot of experience identifying investment opportunities. We know what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like to identify a great opportunity, and we bring that mindset and that skill set to when we're acquiring sites. So the building being creative is very different than the investment opportunity and how we select sites. And this location really checks all of the boxes. And what I mean by that is you have the best of both worlds. You're a few minutes away from all of the action. Square One, the best dining in Mississauga, shopping, entertainment, and not only what Square One is today, but what it's evolving to and developing to over the next 5 years. You're minutes away from that, but at the same time, you're far enough away where you don't have to be in the action 24/7. You have peace, tranquility in the Cooksville location. You have beautiful parks, so you're able to rejuvenate and relax when you want to. You're able to access the entertainment and the dining when you want to. And then if you're looking to leave Mississauga, this location is also exceptional because not only is it connected for transit, but even more importantly, you have choice. You know, we always talk about how important it is to invest or to buy a condominium that has transit. But I think as the transit story evolves, the next stage of buying strategically with transit is to actually have choice, more than one way of utilizing the transit. And Arte Residences does that. We have the LRT, we have the BRT, we have plenty of parking in the building if you're a driver. Highways are just blocks away. So whether you're using the BRT, LRT, or driving, all of those are options for future homeowners at Arte Residences.
And on top of that, I think Mississauga is being rated one of the fastest growing city out of the whole GTA. And from the responses that we receive, I think this project will be another huge success, probably going to be selling out extremely fast again. And now you've mentioned a little bit about your background. Can you elaborate more?
It's a real advantage for buyers, future homeowners of EMBLEM projects. It's a major advantage for EMBLEM as a whole to have the financial backing of a top respected investment management firm, which, as you mentioned, I founded. And that gives EMBLEM a lot of capabilities that otherwise wouldn't be present. You know, and the biggest one is that when we do a project, we take a long-term view. We don't just look at that one building. We look at that one building as part of a collection of buildings that we're doing. And what that means is we're not looking at squeezing every ounce of profit out from that building and potentially cutting corners. We absolutely have to make a profit. That's what we're in business for. But because we could take a longer term view, we're able to design and build buildings that have a higher standard, because for us, it's about the collection of buildings. One Jarvis is a great example of that. Art Form is a great example of that. When we go into a community, the building that we design, the design, the finishes, the building materials are the highest standard that community has seen. We did that with Art Form, we did that with One Jarvis, we're doing that again here with Arte Residences, and that's very important, because when you think about the purchase you're making in a condominium, it's not about what's there today. We know that it's about 5, 7, 10 years from now. And so when there's 5 or 10 buildings around Arte Residences, how is any of those buildings going to stand out? Well, it's going to stand out if you purchased a unit from a developer that has a long-term view, and they invested in quality, they invested in exceptional design, they invested in a high standard of finish in the suites, and you get that with Arte Residences. And what I would say is, second to that is our collaboration with globally renowned artist Daniel Mazzoni. That's very important for 2 reasons. One, while you live in the building, you're going to really enjoy that collaboration. I've known Daniel for 4 or 5 years now, and his art, you know, we reached out to him because the work that he does is so synonymous with EMBLEM. He takes an icon, a classic individual, an icon, a past president, an athlete, and he takes that classic icon and he creates art that makes it feel very modern. So he's taking the old, putting it with the new, and having it feel very natural. That's exactly what we set out to do with every one of our EMBLEM projects. Our buildings have a very, very timeless design, but they also have a modern feel, and together it feels very natural. So Daniel's going to do an original works of art for this building that we're going to hang, and so homeowners will be able to enjoy that day in and day out. But most importantly, from an investment perspective, that's exciting, because 10 years from now, when there's 10 buildings on this street, this building will always stand out because it will be known as the Daniel Mazzoni building. And so whether you're renting out your unit or you're going to sell it, you want to have distinguishing features about your building and your unit that make it sell faster and for more money than what else is around it. And we've done several distinct things, including the Daniel Mazzoni collaboration here, to achieve that for future homeowners.
Wow, that's a lot of information to digest. Thank you very much today for joining us.
Thank you, Shan. Great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you again.